Hi guys, we are down here in Orlando at Top Shelf Aquatics with Steven.
Yep.
We were just over at the farm, which is absolutely incredible. It was my first time visiting there, my first time here at the retail store as well.
Yeah.
We are going to answer some of the questions that we had you guys ask. So let's start it off.
Okay.
First off, what is your favorite showpiece?
My favorite showpiece. Now, would this be like a signature coral of ours, or could it be like just my favorite like coral, like in general?
Let's do of yours.
Okay, so my favorite signature, I love our Bill Murray, which is one of our acros that we've had for quite a while now, probably about 6 years, maybe a little bit longer. It originated from Australia. It's an Australian tabling acro. And it's one of the ones that's probably grown the best for us. We have colonies that are 15, 16 inches at the farm, so quite a bit of them.
That's incredible. Big piece.
Yeah.
So speaking of the farm, you guys sell a lot. So
Yeah.
you're taking a lot of corals out of the tank, putting lots of corals into
Yes.
the tank. How do you maintain alkalinity?
So we have a full-time husbandry staff. They actually test all of our systems at the farm twice a day, essentially.
Wow.
So they do about 200 tests a day. It's a full-time job, and then they make adjustments. So on the alk, you know, if we're pulling out corals, it's also growing, and the systems are pretty large, or 4,000 or 5,000 gallon systems. So if we're bagging up, let's say 100 or 200 corals, we're not really removing too much as far as coral, but there are adjustments, and we use a calc reactor, so
Right.
And we dose calc, so it's not fluctuating. It's pretty stable
Right,
throughout
because
the
it's a
day.
bigger system.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, your average par for SPS tanks.
350 to 450.
All right.
Is probably going to be, now depending on nutrients as well, is a big factor. So lower nutrient takes, you're going to want to do a little less par. Higher nutrient takes, you can usually get a little bit higher on the par.
And then speaking of lighting, what type of schedule do you run?
So we use a modified AB+, which I'm going to get to you guys, so you guys can go ahead and give that to the end users. So.
Yep. Share that out so
Yeah,
everyone
for sure.
can have a little top shelf in their lighting. What is your most expensive coral?
Our most expensive coral that we farm would probably be, oh my goodness, there's so many.
I know, I was walking around.
There's a
high
lot.
numbers.
There's a lot. I would say, I mean, obviously it's going to be an acro. There's a bunch of different ones that we sell, but there's, you know, supply and demand. There's pieces that we only have this big, and we can only cut 3, 4, 5 frags every 6 months. It could be upwards of $1,000 a frag. So just really depends on, and then obviously with LPS, there's $2,000 and $3,000 scolies, or, you know, insane lobos and stuff like that. Bounce mushrooms, you know, the normal.
They're expensive.
They can get expensive, yes. Now there's $20 frags that sit right next to a $1,000 frag
Right,
as well. So
right.
yeah.
All right, well, that is the majority of the questions that you guys asked. Hopefully you learned a little bit from Steven.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
No
us.
problem.
It's
Thank you.
absolutely incredible
Absolutely.
here.
Thank you guys.
We'll see you guys later.